So this is a demo of the Bazillion Beings app. We open it up and we have a number of bots. We're going to zoom right into the Sporty bot, which is a non-banking bot. It basically takes care of our sports interest, and in this case, it's recommending a new Nike shoe that's on sale based on a e-commerce API that it uses. And so we go ahead and say that we want to save money for it rather than buy it or save it. We say we want to do a savings plan. And so that's when it calls in the Kiwi bot, specialized in savings. And so this bot is going to suggest to us a plan, a goal to set up a savings account for this particular shoe. I say okay, and it allows me to change the photo of the goal to give it a name. In this case, I call it Nike for me, for example. And this is a goal that I'm going to be able to add triggers to in a bit. So right now, I'm going to select the amount to save. By default, it would be the price of the shoe, but in this case, we've allowed us to increase that amount arbitrarily just to demo it. And then it's going to allow us to add what we call triggers. So either I want to spend less than a certain amount on certain budget items based on my credit card usage, or round up certain amounts, or save every calendar day, or another rule that we'll see later. So there's a number of rules and they're expandable. I chose the spend less. So I'm going to say I'm going to spend less than X dollars per certain amount of time on shopping, per month in this case on shopping. And the rules set up for me. And that's where this segment ends. Now, it's very simple to set up rules like this. I can set up more if I want. I can do it based on my own initiative, or I can do it based on the bot itself or other bots suggesting things. Like, let's say a week later, I did my first savings, and there's a celebration. I get a notification, and if I go into the app, the bot's going to congratulate me, show me the progress on my goal, just as a fun reminder to encourage me along. Now, at certain points, there are notifications like this, like if I get to the halfway point, I've saved 50%, there's a big celebration, and in that case, it gives me the opportunity to even go faster. It's going to try to upsell me. Do you want to set up another trigger? So it's suggesting a trigger based on machine learning or certain preferences that I have, and in this case, it's a health-based one. It's going to allow me to use my iPhone health monitor. If I walk more than a certain number of steps, I spend X dollars every time I do that. It's a motivational thing for me. And so that's another example. There are other social triggers, etc. Now, the other aspect of the app is that users can actually clone and personalize bots. So of the number of bots that I have right now on my phone, 4 or 5 of them, I can go ahead and pick one of them and actually clone it. There's a button on the corner that allows me to change the appearance of the bot. And this is a very fun process. You just press a button and continuously it cycles through all these possible variations. No two bots are alike. It allows me to say whether or not the bot is clonable, which we'll see in a minute. It also allows me to go in and change the characteristics of the bot. So I go in, for example, this is a movie bot, and I want to specialize it on certain genres. I want to edit the ontology or the preferences that are associated with this bot. Now, this is for slightly more advanced users or geek users, but at least changing the appearance is probably appeals to everybody. So in this case, I've added a couple of movie genres, fantasy, science fiction, horror, etc. Let's see, I'm adding another one now, thriller, or okay, I get rid of that one. And now I can go and name the bot and change its description. So I'm describing it as finds weird movies, and I can give it any name I want. And this is one way of personalizing your bot by changing its functionality, but at the level of banking bots, at least you'll have the ability to go in and change the appearance and change some characteristics, which we'll see in a second, which determine how the bot's going to behave. So I give this bot a name, and then I say make it more playful. The more playful it is, the more risks it's going to take, deviate from my preferences. I make it a quiet bot, so it's not bothering me too much or upselling me too much. And I can set it private or public. If I set it as public, others can train it and or clone it unless I prevent them. And there we have it. We created another bot that just gets added to the family.